Garcia says for as long as she can remember, doctors told her she was overweight.
What did the doctor or others tell you to do?
Just to exercise and eat better.
She struggled unsuccessfully for years. Then, at age 15, she developed hypertension and became pre-diabetic.
I visited my doctor and I told her that I wanted to lose weight, but I wanted help. I knew I couldn't do it by myself.
With parental permission, she finally tried bariatric weight loss surgery last June, along with counseling for emotional eating. Since then, she has lost more than 90 pounds.
Did you look in the mirror and think, who is that?
My clothing was a big, big sign. I would put on my favorite dresses and they were too big. And it was really, really surprising to me.
The new guidelines from the AAP recommend better nutrition, exercise, and face-to-face counseling. Treatment may also include weight loss drugs and surgery for adolescents who meet the criteria. But for many families, medication and surgery are not covered by insurance, if they have insurance.
What do you think about these new guidelines?
I think that it's definitely a step in the right direction.
If you are overweight, there is a simple fix, and it is eat less and work out more. That's it. That is it. That's all there is to it. Pushing surgery on overweight children is lunacy. That's madness. And drugs on kids. 13-year-olds taking drugs for obesity. There's a very clear reason why they're obese. It's because the parents have been negligent. Your kid should not be obese at 13 years old. Being a bit chubby, that's one thing. Being obese at 13 and then sending your kid for surgery. First of all, that is a negligent parent. I'm not a parent, so maybe this sounds like I'm talking out of my ass, but I'm sorry. That just seems like madness to me. If you are overweight, you will lose weight if you eat less. It is that simple. And I'm not going to use the fringe argument of, oh, well, people that are born with conditions. That is a very, very, very marginalized number. Those people are different. I don't even know to what extent that is true either. But for the majority of people, if you eat less, you will lose weight.
Yeah, but if you listen to what they were saying, they're saying about face-to-face counseling.
That's fine.
And something about emotional eating. You know, some people, when they get depressed, they eat. Like, they just eat their emotions away. So some of it...
Yeah, when I get upset, I eat.
Okay, so a lot of it is coming more from a psychological or mental health aspect.
Yeah, the face-to-face thing is okay.
Yeah, so it's not as easy. I'm not agreeing with all of the young kids and surgery and stuff like that, but losing weight is not always going to be that simple if it's more of a mental thing.
No, the premise is simple.
Yeah,
you eat less, you lose weight.
Yeah, but getting to that stage of doing that when you're suffering mentally is the hard part.
I understand that. And the face-to-face consultation, sitting down with people who are in better shape, who have been through things, talking to people in general is always a good thing. I'm not taking a shot at that. Nutrition plans are a good thing. Working out is a good thing. The surgery is where I have a problem. Drugs for minors that are overweight is where I have a problem. If people
100%.
can't see what is happening here, they're again using your kids as guinea pigs. If your kid is overweight, take them to the gym. If they're too young to go to the gym, if they're not over 16, take them for a walk with the dog.
Change their diet, because it is ultimately going to be down to what you're feeding them.
Yeah, give them some carrots instead of some chips.
Give them healthy meals,
Give them some water instead of having carbonated drinks all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think that stuff is doing to you? You know, when you're not supposed to drink carbonated drinks when you're eating. It messes with your stomach acids. It is a big, big, big health risk to be drinking fizzy drinks whilst you're eating, and people don't really know. I mean, you can drink a fizzy drink. I'm not saying like all things in moderation, but the amount of sugar they put in those things, when you drink Fanta once, you want to drink a Coke, you want to drink a 7-Up, you want to drink all these different things because they're designed to make you want to drink more and more.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
I mean, I don't agree with giving kids fizzy drinks anyway. No,
I don't agree with it either. I wouldn't be so like draconian and strict that I would never allow them to even try it. But you need to discipline kids. You have to discipline them, show them right from wrong. And maybe as a treat here and there, maybe you can give them like a McDonald's. I'm not saying never give them anything that is unhealthy.
Yeah.
I consume things that are unhealthy, but it's done in moderation. I'm not ordering... You're about to light me up.
No.
Yeah, I'm not ordering McDonald's every day. If I do order from somebody, I've got my favorite spot, this Greek place. I can't remember what it's called. So I don't remember its name, but I order from this Greek place all the time. Their food is relatively healthy, and I eat in moderation. And in general, I'm working out about 5 times a week. And if I do eat excessively, that's going to be on a special occasion. That's going to be maybe one day here or there. And if I do that, I'll rest assured I'll be on that cross trainer. And I don't like doing cardio. So what I do, and people already know this, but this will help people because for some reason when I tell people this, it blows their mind. I put my exercise bike in my room. I've got one of those assault bikes. So it's like a cross trainer and a bike in one. It's horrible. It's one of the most painful cardio things that you can do. You do 5 minutes of that every day, you'll see the weight fly off you. It's daunting, but what helps me is I've got my TV right there.
Yeah.
I'm just watching TV, by
That's
the 20
it.
minutes have passed, and I start to feel I've been here for 20 minutes, and it does help. It's not a foolproof substitute for eating crap all day, but it does help. But you can't be giving people drugs for obesity. Obesity is, as far as I'm aware, is not a disease. It's self-inflicted, and you can fix that problem yourself. And if
Yeah.
you've got kids that are obese, you need to point them in the right direction.
A lot of people would just sit down and watch TV, whether you're watching a film or you're watching a show, and you don't realize that you could literally just be exercising whilst watching it. You're killing two birds with one stone, so you can't say you don't have enough time.
Yeah.
And you're distracting your mind from what you're actually doing because you're concentrating on something else. And because you're enjoying what you're watching, you're going to make the time go quicker.
Yeah, 100%. All these people that say I haven't got time to go work out, you do. The amount of people that I've spoken to that have watched Wednesday or watched Stranger Things, or they're watching The Last of Us now. And I'm not saying don't watch those things. I'm enjoying The Last of Us as well, but you need to make time for other things, more important things, i.e. your health. And if you've got a kid and you're propping them in front of the TV and you're just giving them Fruit Loops and Rice Krispies and Mars bars all day, and then they're diabetic, it's not because they were born diabetic. It's because you have messed them up.
And it's sad because they don't really have a choice.
No, they're kids. It's not the kids' fault.
They don't know, and you're causing them health problems.
Yeah, and of course,
from bad parenting.
if you offer a kid a way out, like a drug, and they're being bullied at school for being overweight, they're gonna take it. Of course they are. But I don't even think they would consent to it. The parents would just be like, all right, give it to them or put them through surgery for obesity. I've got a couple screen grabs from CBS News. So what they've said is they consider drugs and surgery early for obesity in kids. New guidelines say waiting doesn't work. I don't know what people are waiting for. Take your kid to the park.
Yeah.
Just take them to the park. Enroll them in jiu-jitsu or something.
Change their diet.
Change their diet. Get them active. Change their diet. Get rid of the carbonated drinks, introduce water. Not chicken dippers every single day, okay? That's something that I did when I was a kid. I was constantly eating chicken dippers and I regret it for so long. It took so long for me to fix that.
Yeah, I think people are just lazy because as well, there's loads of nice tasting drinks that are not unhealthy. You've just got to look at things before buying it and look into it. So you don't actually just have to, if your kid wants a bit of flavor, just give them water. Like there is alternatives, but just don't be lazy. Just put that effort in to make better food for your kid. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's sad when I see a kid that is like massive, like they've ballooned out, they weigh more than me, and I'm just like, I'm looking at the parent like, what? And it's the same, like even with animals, you go to someone's house and they've got a cat that is like 3 times the size it should be, and you're like, children struggling with obesity should be evaluated and treated early and aggressively, including with medication for kids as young as 12 and surgery for those as young as 13, according to new guidelines released on Monday. You need to understand that the people that are doing this are tyrants. This is madness. Surgery on children when you could just take them to the park. How lazy do you have to be that you're getting surgery for your kid?
That's what I'm saying. It's laziness. People are just trying to find the easy way out. But what you're doing, you're literally just torturing your child left, right, and center.
Medications.
And you think you're helping.
Medications. Are you insane? All you've got to do is give them vegetables, give them some fruits, give them water, and keep them semi-active. Take the iPad out of their hands for 10 minutes and take them to the park.
That's the problem. The generation we're living in now, it's like people don't want to parent. They just want the easy way out. There's the iPad, you relax, I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah, I don't even care if I sound like I'm coming from a holier than thou place. I don't have kids, okay? But I know that you don't just prop a kid in front of a TV. And I understand that people work long hours, they come back, they're tired. But if you have a kid, you have some responsibility at the very least. You have to take some responsibility. And I understand some people don't want to. I understand mistakes happen. You're like, oh, I've got a kid now. But you can't just You can't, if you're going to make the kid obese, at least don't put them through surgery as well. Like, have some mercy.
That's what I'm saying. It's too much.
The long-standing practice of watchful waiting or delaying treatment to see whether children and teens outgrow or overcome obesity on their own only worsens the problem that affects more than 14.4 million young people in the US, researchers say. Watchful waiting, what the hell does that mean? Why are you watching your kid eat themselves into submission?
These kids are going to grow up with PTSD.
Everything is a cop-out these days. Everything. Everything is surgery. People don't want to squat, they get BBLs. People don't want to lose weight, now they want to get drugs. Just, guys, come on. We have to be better than this. People have to see where this is going. And this isn't just adults, okay? BBLs are one thing. If you as an adult want to go and get one, that's up to you. But these are kids.
This is the point. It's people need to stop imposing so much on kids and let kids make decisions when they're old enough to make decisions.
No, but this is one of the things where you do need to impose on a kid. If a kid's eating all the Jaffa
No,
cakes...
but like, for example, they're making the parents are making the decision to put these kids through surgery or drugs when they're too young to even make the decision themselves.
Right.
If you've done a bad parenting job and your kid is obese, I know that they're saying don't wait, but when somebody is an adult, if they want to do surgery for their weight problem, they're old enough, they're an adult to make that decision. But stop imposing these things on kids.
Yeah, no, I don't think that you should. I think that's poor parenting. I'm sorry. Like, again, I might sound like an idiot because I don't have a kid myself, but if I saw my friend just putting his kid in front of the TV all day and giving him sweets, and I'm just watching this kid get fat, I'd say to him, bro, what are you doing? Left untreated, obesity can lead to lifelong health problems, including high blood pressure, diabetes and depression. Yeah, well,
You're killing your kid.
Well, no shit. Like, of course, that's what's gonna happen. You don't leave it untreated. If you see a kid gaining weight as their parent, you take control, right? I mean, that's what you're supposed to do as a parent. You're supposed to guide the child in the right direction. And that's not to say that you're not going to stumble on the way. Everyone does. But you don't just leave the kid to get fat. Not only are they going to suffer health problems, they're going to get bullied at school. You're not going to stop kids from bullying fat kids. It's just not going to happen. They do it all the time. We've seen it. I was a fat kid. I got bullied. It just, that's the reality that we live in. As much as we might not want it to happen, as much as it might not be another kid's place to ridicule the fat kid, it is going to happen. Do you want to send your kid to school to get bullied, to get called fat boy, to get called Michelin man? Don't smile. That's the name they called me. Waiting doesn't work, said Dr. I don't care what her name is, co-author of the first guidance on childhood obesity in 15 years from the American Academy of Pediatrics. What we see is a continuation of weight gain and the likelihood that they'll have obesity in adulthood. Yeah, because everything is bigger in America. Your food over there looks insane. Now, as someone that is going on holiday, I'm excited. But I'm an adult and I'm responsible. And I might go to Chuck E. Cheese every now and then while I'm on holiday in America. But you ain't going to catch me, if I lived in America, in there every day eating myself into submission. There's a massive obesity problem in the US, and patiently waiting is not helping. Look, I'm not even getting onto America. I think it's cool that you guys have all those options out there, and I think it's cool that you have the ability to go and order some ridiculous meal that you only see in an anime. But if you have kids, you kind of got to shield them from that, teach them right from wrong, and let them know that, like, everything in moderation. You can go and do these things, but you need to make sure you've done ABC first before you do X, Y, and Z. If you teach someone how to have a healthy mind and a healthy body, it's going to be okay for them to do that.
It's unnecessary. And yeah, that is why obesity is bigger in America, because everything just is bigger, but there's no need for it to be that much bigger.
No, it's okay for them to, like, do bombastic things and, like, make giant pizzas and that, but everything needs to be in moderation. The problem is that they produce all these things, but they don't teach people how to be healthy.
Just talking, say, solely fast food restaurants, the size of a large meal in the UK as opposed to a large meal in America, it's drastic.
Yeah, but again, like, there are options in America. America is full of options. There are healthy options, and there are places you can go where the food is not ridiculous.
Yeah, but where you're putting that in front of people, they're more likely to consume it.
Yeah, but that's an adult's problem. We're talking about kids right now.
Yeah.
A kid can go to Chuck E. Cheese or whatever, but you need, I don't even know if Chuck E. Cheese is, like, popular or they got big food there, but you can go somewhere and you can eat unhealthy, but you need to do it in moderation. That's all it is. These parents are being negligent. They're taking their kids to McDonald's every day and then giving them drugs and surgery instead of just doing what's necessary and being a parent. For the first time, the group's guidance sets ages at which kids and teens should be offered medical treatment such as drugs and surgery In addition to intensive diet, exercise, and other behavior and lifestyle interventions, said Anelli, director of the Center of Healthy Weight and Nutrition at Nationwide Children's Hospitals. Like, no, all you need to do is exercise and eat healthy. All of this other stuff that they're introducing, all of this stuff where you can cop out and be reliant on drugs and surgery, that person, you're not promoting healthy lifestyle habits. What's going to happen is they're going to have that surgery. They're going to have those drugs as a child. The child is going to think, oh, okay, I can fall back on this. They're going to remember when they lost all that weight. They're going to put the weight back on because the child has not been taught right from wrong. They're going to have more surgery. They're going to get more drugs. And whose pockets are we lining again? Whose pockets are we lining? You guys figure out. I'm not going to say what it is because YouTube will probably flag us, but you figure out for yourself. This is a very simple fix here. You teach people healthy habits. They go into adulthood and they continue to exercise those healthy habits. If you don't teach kids healthy things, they will do unhealthy things when they're older. That goes for all areas. The way of life. In general, doctors should offer adolescents 12 and older who have obesity access to appropriate drugs, and teens 13 and older with severe obesity referrals for weight loss surgery. Those situations may vary. This is insane. This is actually insane. I can't believe this is being proposed. I can't believe that, like, the medical industry is just proposing all sorts of weird stuff these days. I don't know, maybe I'm a dinosaur, maybe I'm not understanding something here, maybe there's a big disconnect, but I find this bizarre. I think this is weird.
No, it is. I could say maybe I'm a dinosaur.
Maybe I am. Maybe I've got a very old way of thinking, but I think that if, like, look, at the beginning of this year, like we were talking earlier, Christmas festivities, people put on weight. You take the necessary steps to work that off, because I was taught healthy habits when I was growing up. Some of them I had to learn on my own, but I was taught, like, you eat less, you work out more, you get into better shape. You give kids good role models, people that they can look up to. You don't promote the idea that any shape is beautiful, because it's a bad idea to promote. Now, I'm not taking the piss out of people that are, like, extremely overweight, but you don't tell kids that. You should be showing the kids what peak physical condition looks like. And it's not to say they're going to get there, but striving for it is better than doing the opposite. You just go through life and you do your best, and you wake up every day and you put your best foot forward, rather than waking up and the first thing you do is eat a brownie or like have Rice Krispies every single day. And I'm using Rice Krispies as an example because that's something that I did.
Just even simple things. Watch how many packets of crisps you're giving your kid.
Yeah, like if
stuff like that, it all contributes.
If you've got like a cookie jar, like you need to teach the kid to not go into the cookie jar every single day or every single moment of the day.
Or not eat 5 cookies, just have 1.
Yeah, like it's just moderation. You don't...
Yeah.
If you're a parent watching this and you're considering putting your kids on drugs because of your negligence, you need to rethink. And I don't care how that comes across. You have to understand that that's a really messed up thing to do to a kid. It's already messed up that you allowed them to get to that point, and it's more messed up that you're not going to take the necessary steps to fix it. Instead, you're going to put them under the knife or give them drugs at 12 years old. That's madness to me. Yeah, people need to pull their socks up, man. If you're gonna have a kid, you need to. If you're present in the house, at least guide them.
People need to pull them carrots out the fridge.
Okay, all right, we're done. Jesus Christ.